Good morning guys, and welcome back to another video. A few weeks ago I did say I wasn't planting any more seeds at the moment because the garden was feeling a bit stressful, but now that we have a working water pump, an extra pump, feeling ready to get back into it. And I did actually plant a few seeds because there were a few that I knew that July was the last month I could plant them, so watermelon, sunflower, and I can't remember what the other one was. It's a type of herb, but I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, anyway, I need to tidy up my little potting station and I'm going to see what I can sow today. Momentary interlude because we remembered we got this paddling pool from our friend Carla and for the dogs. We want to pump it up before the 11 AM motor ban.
Oh, good sausage dog. Are you good?
Good girl.
Come on.
Good girl. Go on. This was the other herb I planted that I couldn't remember. Some savoury. I don't know if it's called savory. I don't know. I had a good organisation of my seeds, and what I've done is put them for the next month that I can plant them, if that makes sense. So for August, these are all the ones that can be planted in August, and then say August is the last month and the next time I can plant it is January. I'll then put the seed packet in the month of January. I thought it made sense. So this is everything that I can now sow. So see what we... Oh, more cosmos. Can I have a go at cutting this in half? It's just too big. The reason I wanted this smaller is because they dry out really quickly, so I thought maybe if I can put it at least on this tray it should help with the watering. Albi, you get wet feet. You okay? Spinach. I was reading that it's better to just push the seed in rather than, I usually cover it with a bit more compost, but especially if it's a small seed, you don't want to cover it. Calendula seeds have got to be one of the weirdest looking. They look like some sort of dinosaur. This is everything I've sown today. So we are back in another heat wave, which means we're spending most of the day just kind of sitting around trying to move as little as possible because it's just too hot to do anything. But I have been making the most of these hot, slow days with my membership to today's sponsor, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes. I've been going through any classes to do with gardening, of course. One I'm particularly enjoying is the gardening calendar, What to Do Each Month in the Garden by Mark Shorter. It inspired me to make some notes on what to sow and harvest each month from all the vegetables that I would like to be growing. But what I also loved about this class is that he tells you all the other little jobs that you can be doing each month in a very easy to understand way. So I now have a little list of things that I can do in August, and at the beginning of each new month I can now go back to the class and select the lessons for that specific month, from which I can learn something new and create a new list of jobs to do for that month that will help me to keep creating a beautiful and abundant garden. One other plus is that the entire catalogue now has subtitles in Spanish, French, German and Portuguese, so I put the Portuguese subtitles on when I'm watching so I can be improving a little bit my Portuguese at the same time. There is a huge range of classes available on many different topics, so if you'd like to take the opportunity to explore them all for free, then, thanks to Skillshare for being today's sponsor, they have also offered a 1-month free trial to the first 1,000 people to use the link in our description below. If you do find any classes that you do really love, please do let us know which ones so we can check them out too. Gosh, I am so sweaty and shiny, sorry. That is the reality of this heat. We're letting the IBC get really low because we want to add a couple more breeze blocks to bring up the height. And I just went to wash my hands and the water is so warm. I'm actually gonna try and test what the temperature is because it's like a hot tap. That is 35 Celsius. Which is 96, no, it's not showing up very well, 96 Fahrenheit. That is pretty amazing. It's really low, it's like here. So that's just getting warmed up. And I love to have a cold shower when it's this hot, so I went to have a shower and normally just take the water straight from the IBC, and it's now like the perfect shower temperature, which is great, but not when you want a cold shower. We thought we'd film us doing dinner this evening as well, and then we've just thought we actually normally cook in the dark because it's too hot otherwise. We have now got a little setup so we can cook outside, which is super nice, but we'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna see what's going on in the garden, see if I can pick out anything to have for dinner. We're making burgers, lots of cheese. We're trying to water every day now and things are starting to look better. I was doing some reading today about these. So these are walking onions, and they're called walking onions because they develop these onion sets which fall to the ground and then grow the next onion sets which fall to the ground, and these grow. And I thought you just leave them, but what I was researching is actually it's better, now that this is dying off, to cut these off and try and actually plant them. I thought they were going to be soggy, but they're actually pretty good. We're going to have some cucumbers soon. Cucumbers love the heat. So yeah, these courgette plants are getting really big, but they're not really. We've had a couple of really nice courgettes from them. These are like the round type, but yeah, there's a new one coming. I think this extra, because I was watering every other day, and I'm doing every day, I think that's really helping. But we've got some happy looking chard. I think they're getting a lot of shade from the courgette, which is helping them grow better. Finally grew a teddy bear sunflower. These crazy things are Jerusalem artichokes, and they're getting so big. I'm not actually too sure when to harvest the artichoke from the ground, but we'll see. They're just really nice to have, these big green plants. They're doing really well in the heat as well. I'm just going to make a salad, so I'm going to go for the smaller ones and let the bigger ones get bigger, and then they're nice to cook. And then I'll also take a few of these. Oops. It's really good with one hand. And this basil just came up by itself this year from last year's seeds. So Vance working hard. I was a bit late with tomatoes this year, but these yellow cherries are starting to be ready, which is super nice. We'll have to fight over these four. I think it might be time to try the pickled onions.
Exciting.
They smell like pickled onions. Or I've put too much chilli in. They're alright though, eh?
Yeah, they're really good. They need longer, but
Yeah.
they're really good. And the chili's perfect.
I hope I've not ruined it by opening them. So this is the cool little thing we've got for cooking outside. Has it got a name? Do you know?
I think it's called a Beauclair.
Beauclair.
I've had it since I was about, well, it's been in our family since I was about 6 or something.
Yeah, we pilfered it from your mum when we came here.
My mum will be glad to see it being used.
Yeah, it's only taken us 18 months. But it's so nice to be cooking out here rather than in the kitchen, isn't it?
It is.
This is my new favourite cheese. It's got flowers around it, but it's also really tasty, from Lidl.
Yeah.
I'll get a bit of rosemary, should I? Sewing is not my greatest skill, but I'm quite happy with my little leaf. It was actually quite easy to do, and it's not focusing, but so many holes in all my clothes that I'm going to have a lot of them to do, so I'll get some practice in. We just realised we've run out of drinking water, so we thought we might as well go up to Albi to get it, because they have a really nice spring there, and we might as well go see Nick and Andrew whilst we're there. It's always nice to get out of the house because you get cooped up in here all day, and yeah, we'll go and get some water.
close enough without falling in.
Hello.
Ciao, ciao, ciao! Bye, Max!
Good morning, guys. It is nice and chilly this morning. It was a little bit difficult to get up. Diogo was crying in the night, so he woke us up a few times. I don't know if it's a cat or a dog is about. Bless you, Albi. There's a few bits I would like to do in the garden this morning. I got some seeds from Nick and Andrea last night. They have this amazing melon called Charleston Grey, and it's a bit like a watermelon, but it has a grey skin and it grows kind of oblong. So I think I have just in time to plant a few of those, because I know I could plant watermelon seeds in July and it's the 3rd of August, so we'll give it a go. I didn't sort out my walking onions, so I'm going to go down and do them. And then I've got 3 of the beds down in the garden that I'm going to leave to not be beds anymore because I'm moving the garden. But I had a good idea to fill those with flower seeds. I can currently plant cosmos seeds, so I'm going to take those down and put those in the beds. I think that's going to look really nice. Because the soil's been amended, it seems a waste to not plant some flowers, and then hopefully they won't need much maintaining. That's my plan for the morning. So this is what I've harvested. I'm going to try and do something with the greens, maybe chop them up and dry them and see if that works. I don't know. And then this is all to be replanted. So hopefully I've done it right. Some of them had got a bit munched, so I'm just going to replant them and see how that goes. I was leaving these to dry so that I could collect the seeds, but this one's already fallen off and the seeds don't seem to have formed. I'm going to hang it up to dry and see what happens. It's for onion, I think. It's either an onion or a leek. Frankie likes to steal and bury socks, and I often find them in my veg garden. She's a nightmare. So if the clusters are quite small, I just plant them all together, or you can break them off, like when they're a little bit bigger, like that one probably could do. I still have all of these. I think I'm going to go plant a row of them, because from what I was reading you don't want to leave these not in the ground. They'll dry up. Still have a lot. Also wanted to plant a few more of these black-eyed peas, or they're also known here as the lardosa beans. We drive past the famous lardosa bean roundabout quite a lot. So there's a couple of plants growing in here. And I saved all of these last year as seed, but you can actually eat these because they've been dried, so I might try a few. Just need to soak them overnight and then cook for about 40 minutes. We have a guy come in to talk to us this morning about solar, so I'm going to water the garden first before flowers because that's more of a priority. Hi, are you going to help? Are you going to help? Always so helpful. So we have these 4 lead acid batteries that we have no idea what to do with. So this guy's just come to chat with us whether he can maybe set up a small system with these that we can in the future upgrade, because we would probably want to get a lithium battery, but this would just give us more time to save and get a better system in the future and work with what we already have. So that's exciting. Hopefully he'll be able to work something out for us.
Yeah.
When you're walking through, so that one.
Hello everybody. I'm just doing my weekly grape check because we're at that time of year. Estimated maybe 4 weeks, 5 weeks from harvest. So we're definitely getting there. I think this year so far we've definitely got more grapes, but unfortunately because of the drought and the excess sun and excess sun, we have loads of sun every year, don't we? I think the drought is what's done it. So the berries are quite small compared to normal, at least with the red grapes. And each vine seems to have dumped some of them. I'll turn you around and see if I can show you. This vine here, for example, we've got some decent looking grapes. And these ones, look, so these have had a bit more sun exposure. But again, it's just the vine's just decided it's, I don't know if you can see this because of the glare. There you go. The vine has just decided it doesn't want to produce whole bunches. So we have some better looking ones down here. That seems to be the case across most of the vines. I don't think there's masses of damage, and last year we had quite a lot of damage from powdery mildew and stuff, and I don't think we've got much of that this year because we did a much heavier job on pruning. I'll show you some of the white grapes. Again, you see we've just got some unformed, but the more shaded parts we have loads and they're all looking really good. So yeah, I'm not really too sure what's going on, but learning is taking place, so that's the most important thing. Still very acidic, but we are getting there. I'll update you in a couple of weeks.
It's a golden Oreo crucifix. I do usually, this is a good look, try and water in the evening because now it is a little bit hot. I try and water the soil as much as possible so as not to get water on the leaves. So yeah, now I'm actually going to plant some flowers. I've just got some calendula I saved, some cosmos and some cornflowers. We woke up to such a beautiful misty morning and then it got hot again and I gave my hair a chop. So it's maybe a little short, but it feels so much better in this heat. My hair was feeling really dry and horrible. Anyway, I'm sure you don't care to know that. So the quality may be a little less on this shot because I managed to knock my camera off the table yesterday and it fell in the sand. We've got like a dusty sandy floor here and unfortunately, even though it was turned off, so luckily the lens hasn't been damaged, there's like a little slider that protects the lens. Some of the dirt managed to get under there and I think it's lodged in, so the cap isn't opening now. So we're going to try and buy some compressed air tomorrow and hopefully that might help remove it. But anyway, we're back to iPhone vlogging for now. We spent the first year of YouTube videos doing that, so I'm sure we'll be all good, but I will miss my camera. Well, it's actually my sister's camera, sorry Samara, I will get it fixed. But I hope you have enjoyed this week's video. We're definitely learning to embrace the slowness of summer. It's quite difficult to let go of the need to always be doing stuff, and I really miss doing projects. But when my mum watched the video of me trying to start the new veg bed, she asked if I had heat stroke that day. That made me make that decision, so I think she's right. I think I need to just look after the garden and enjoy a slower pace. That's what we moved here for, but I think it's hard to let go of that kind of cultural norm of being busy, and if you're not then you're lazy. So yeah, we're trying to embrace that slow vibe. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this week's nice slow video, and take care, keep cool or keep warm wherever you are. I'll see you next week. Thanks guys, bye.